First and foremost, just so blessed that we are safe. And, I wake up every day and my world is just centered around football. But what we went through the last few days just put everything in perspective. And it's more than just football. It's about us just coming together as a community. And as you just watch it within your community and all across the state, just with the cleanup efforts, how everyone is pitching in, everyone is bonding together, whether it be a neighbor, or even maybe a friend that no one really knows, but they just want to help them get their life back together and get their life back on track. And we also saw it with all the people who work to make our city safe. And so many people are to be commended, where you look at what the mayor, not only the mayor here in Tampa, but also the mayor in Pinellas County. You look at the first responders, the police department, the sheriff department, the firemen. We can even look at the hospital, the medical staff. You look at all the volunteers at the shelter, our military involved, but everyone just got involved to just make this a safe community, so that we were able, if anything had happened, that we were been able to get back on track. Even with TICO, you think about what they did with so many people right now with their power being out, and how hard they're working to try to get their homes up and running so that the families can really function. So we like to say thank you for their tireless effort from what they've done. And you look at it, we know this, it's going to be a whole lot of effort and cleaning it up. And we still have to make sure that we continue to work to make sure that things get done and to get done in the right way. And so now we have our game coming up. And what I'd like to do, we was talking about it in the staff meeting, that I said I'm going to invite every high school team across this state, wherever they are, and just invite them to the game. And right now, things are going out where we're trying to get in touch with the high school coaches to let them know that their teams are invited to this game on Friday night. And also with the first responders, I know that their families are also invited to the game. We can just go to say, and Mark may get mad. I say this: just invite everyone to the game. I mean, it's not going to hurt us. At least we'll get us a packed house in there. But no, it's all about us just giving back and want to make sure that that everyone is working to get back and get their life. And it's going to take a while. We know that. And when things happen, we just want to make sure that people understand that we do understand, and we're not going through what they're going through, but we can help them get through what they're going through. And I look at, within our community, not much happened. We came up here actually on Saturday evening. We came here and some of our players were here within this building. So we just wanted to make sure that they were okay, and we had a chance to really sit around and bond together before the storm did roll in. But it was just all about us just making sure everyone was safe and secure and in the right place. But with the Illinois game, we know they're a 2-0 football team, and they're coming in here on Friday night. You look at the 2 wins that they've had, and even with the Western Kentucky win, they played very well offensively. They're led by their quarterback, number 7, Crouch, a really good receiver, and number 11, Turner. The offensive line is solid. Start a couple of young guys up front, and defensively do a lot of things. Hardy's their defensive coordinator, played here at Tampa Bay. They mix it up a lot, run a really good blitz package. But we know on this, we didn't get our chance to play last week with the Connecticut game, but now we get a chance to start back today. We're going to go back to practice today for the first day, and then we get to go play that game on Friday, and just making sure that our team understand that we have to make sure our preparation, our focus is there so that we can go play well.
Charlie, this was a big challenge anyway. Now it's a big challenge. You got 3 days essentially to prepare. How do you do that?
Well, you look at us last week, Joey, we didn't get to play that game. So now even we just take last week and some of the things that we were going to use just game plan-wise, we can just take them into this week. And you're right, we only have 3 days to prepare. But I noticed our guys, they want to go play, and it was just been hard to sit for 2 weeks. And even knowing that what has happened around us and not saying that isn't important, but we needed to get back also and just give, sometimes you look at it as a sense of relief for the community where they do have something. But it is a challenge for us only having 3 days to get ready to go play.
Coach, did you have an opportunity to meet with your team before before everything kind of went down, and what was your message to them?
Yeah, on Thursday we met with the team, and I said to them that that's when we canceled the game, and I said if some of you want to go home, then just make sure get with your coaches and get with me. You have my phone number, you have your coach's phone number, and just make sure that you arrive safely. You can't, because you're not going to be able to travel fast anyway, because the traffic, whichever way they were going, they were going to have issues with the traffic. So a lot of them did. Those that lived close were able to go home, and then the ones that was here, we had them, they were securing the dorms, and then the ones out campus, I told them that if it got really bad, just come over here to the building, and I was over here, so I said, you can come over here with us, and we'd do something.
Took you up on that offer?
Oh, some of the players are around here, probably, anywhere from 10 to 15, then they would come by here and get something to eat, get some snacks, and then go back to wherever they needed to.
You mentioned inviting high school football teams, first responders, and their families, basically the entire city of Tampa and surrounding areas. How much of a feeling is this, hey, we got to win this one for Tampa, for families, for anybody who was impacted by this storm?
It is, and you're right. It's all about who's been impacted by the storm, and you want it because now we have a way to give back to the community and give back in a really good way where they have a chance to watch our football team. And now our team understands that, because when I was talking about it this morning in the staff meeting, I said, I just think it'd be great right now for the community and just give them some just a sense of relief.
It was a unique bonding experience with the guys.
Well, for some that had never been through and even for myself, it's almost like you sat there and you were watching it, and it was fear. We all felt fear and there's anxiety, and it's almost like you felt like, okay, here's something that's coming and you can't stop it, and it can be very bad for us, and you couldn't stop it. But with the players, I think that the more they watched it, then it started settling in for them. And then it was like, oh, Coach, this is really, I said it's going to be a really bad one. So that's why I want to make sure everybody's safe and everybody's in a good location. And I told our coaches to even call the players that went home, make sure that they're at home and they're around their families and make sure they're going to be okay.
What kind of challenge is it for players who have been in this football-only mentality since the beginning of camp, and then it comes to a screeching halt, and people are still trying to pick up their lives, and now it's, hey, we got to prepare. Is that kind of a nice distraction?
Well, you know what happened? Like a lot of them went home, so they were able to clean up. So they were there, helping move things around and pick things up, and not only for their families but for other families. And it does, and it does. You kind of stop and you say, hey, football, you got to be put aside here. There's other things just a little more important. And so let's make sure that we do not lose our focus and not forget about the most important things in life. Because I told them it's about your safety more than anything. Like some of the guys, when we called a game with Connecticut, they kind of got upset. Come on, Coach, we got to go play. So no, guys, it's something more important than going to play this football game right now. And I said, because we can make that game up, but if something happens, then we can't make that up.
Was this the first time you'd ever had a game canceled yourself? Any comment?
As a head coach, I was in Gainesville at one time, and we had the threat of probably was 03 somewhere in that area, and we didn't play the game there. But that's the only two.
Charlie, do you know Lovey at all?
Yes, I know Lovey. Yes, Lovey and I are really good friends, and his career goes back where I met Lovey when he's from Big Springs, Sandy Springs or Big Springs, one of those two in Texas. So we. I remember when I got the Texas job, he called me, but we had known each other when he was a defensive coordinator. Then he got his head coaching position. So our careers are kind of the same because we both were defensive coordinators. And I was at the Super Bowl the night when him and Coach Dungy played. It was raining, but we sat there and sat through the rain. Me and Urban went to the game, and we sat there and sat through the rain. But it was very significant that night just because there's two African-American coaches. And as you're growing up, you never felt like that moment would ever come. And now you get a chance to sit and witness that moment and see it happening right in front of you. And it was great. And I think the best part about it, they were two really good friends. They had a great relationship with one another. And you didn't want to see either one of them lose because of the relationship that they had. But then you wanted to see Coach Dungy win it, though. You didn't want to see that. But I was just so happy for both of them, just to take their team and get to that game. No, I have not spoken to him about the game. He came down to visit in the summer, and we tried to go to dinner, and we weren't able to match our schedule up to go to dinner. But I have not spoken to him about the game.
Probably not top priority right now, but you do have that one open day. Are you inclined to want to try and make up any game or get another game on the schedule?
Well, it's just so hard because that open date, I think it falls before the Tulsa game, and I think that we're kind of, with Mark and everyone within the conference trying to work something out there to see what we can do.
Can you use the short preparation? I mean, the Bucks are going to go through the same thing.
Yes.
It's not a small thing, what you guys do. I mean, there's bigger things, I know, but this is not a small thing. Prep like this, things are a little out of kilter, and it's a battle.
It really is because you look at us, we go on Friday, so usually like today's Tuesday, so Tuesday is a work day. And then Wednesday's another day where you go red zone and third down. And then Thursday you're kind of saying, hey, we're just going to go out here and just execute and go through it. And then Friday is kind of where you sit around, just watch some tape, but you don't get – it's kind of like you're missing that Friday because you're going to have to go Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. You're going to have to work and get the preparation in and get your game plan in. So it's almost like you're cramming for an exam. And hey, I got this exam, so I better hurry up. I only have don't have much time. So, but with our coaches, when we had the game with the Connecticut game, when we knew we weren't going to play that game, we started looking at them. Then we started really studying because we only had one game at that time. Then we got a chance to get the Western Kentucky game.
Did any of your players have families lose their homes or anything badly damaged?
No, really, none of them has said it yet. And yesterday we had probably 70% of the team here. Today at 2 o'clock I know more. But no one has really said yet what they really have lost. I know some of them have gotten damaged, but really to the extent, then that's what I don't know yet.
Did y'all ever lose power here?
No, we didn't. We never lost power here. Good steady building here, huh? Good and sturdy for us, huh? No, we did not lose power. And but you look at it, still is a lot of people across the city now doesn't have power, and then I know that the work is being done to get it back on and get it up and running, and that's why you feel right now for those people.
How was your house?
Oh man, it was fine. Mm-hmm. It really is a national stage for us, and it's a Friday night game. So, and that's why I felt like it was so important to invite just all the high schools across the state because some of their games are going to be canceled anyway. So now they have a chance to come and watch us play, and it's going to be a big audience. But it's good for this football team. We need that. We need that stage, and it gives us a chance now where we haven't played well the first two games. Now we can really, get focused and get locked in on this game and go play. And that's what we need to go do.
You feel like that complete game is in you guys?
We haven't had a complete game yet, and we need to go have one with all three phases with offense, defense, and in the kicking game. We need to go get that game, and that's what we haven't done yet. Defensively, we played well the first two games. You could have played better, given up some plays. And, in the kicking game, we just can't give up a block punt. And and what's good now, we have those things to work on. And anything that has happened within us while we haven't been successful, it can be corrected.
For the high school teams that may be watching, do you picture them wearing green or their own school color? I think it's cool.
Well, it's going to be totally up to them. I think some of them will come in with green and some will come in with their own school colors. But I just think that just giving them an opportunity to come and watch us play is really critical and important.